Hello and welcome to another episode of Geared Toward Gear. My name is Sean and I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to take kind of a more in-depth look at my EDC bag. Now, I think the second video, maybe the third that I ever posted on YouTube, was about this bag and kind of what I carry. It was pretty poorly done, one-handed, and some things have changed, and so I figured I'd revisit the EDC bag and share with you exactly what I carry in my EDC bag, and I'll pull each item out individually. I won't go into a ton of detail on each item, but I do want to show you every individual item that I do carry. And I will start by saying this does not include what I carry on my person. And my daily EDC is always going to be at a bare minimum my firearm, a tourniquet, a folding knife, and a flashlight. Sometimes a multi-tool, sometimes a pen, sometimes a comb, other EDC items, but always a firearm, a tourniquet, a flashlight, and a folding knife. And this also doesn't include, obviously, any of my other more substantial medical kits. And to be clear, this is a true EDC bag. Everyday use, stuff I use daily or weekly when I'm out and about. It's not a survival kit. It's not a get-home bag. Nothing like that. So you're not going to see any fixed blade knives or water purification tablets or anything like that in here. It's just basic stuff. And so let's get into it. The bag itself is made by a company called Hazard 4. It's called the Tonto or the Tonto. They still make these. You can get them on Amazon. I think they're around $45, $50. I've had this one for probably 6 or 7 years. It's a good size for me. I have big hands, and you can see kind of the size comparison there. I think it's roughly 7 inches by 8 inches or 9 inches. And the way I have it packed out, it's probably 4.5 inches thick or deep. And it sits on the passenger seat of my car, just like this. So when I look to my right, this is what I would see. And I guess we'll just start on this side. So on the right side here, you can see there's a little pocket as well as some MOLLE webbing. So I carry a flashlight, and this is the Multitool AA 2.0. This is typically what I have in my pocket, but I have several, so I keep one on the bag itself. I've done a full review on this, great light. And then in this little pocket here, attached to this D-ring, I have a little pill fob. It just has some ibuprofen, Tylenol, things like that. So that sits down in there. And then my car keys. And on here I have just simply my car key fob, a house key, I think it's called the doohickey tool by Night Eyes, and then a keychain flashlight by a company called Rovivon. And I have a full review on this coming up in the near future. It was a gift from a friend of mine, so that's the keys. This D-ring here and the other one on the other opposite side are for a shoulder strap, which comes with the bag, which I took off because I don't ever carry this on my shoulder. Occasionally, if I'm traveling, I'll grab the shoulder strap and use it, but generally speaking, it just sits on my passenger seat, and I just use the rubber grab handle. So on the front here, we've got one zippered compartment, and inside we'll find 2 items. Well, 3, I guess, technically. The first being my wallet. The second being my backup cell phone. And as I mentioned in the past, this does not have a service plan on it. This is only for use in dialing 911, which any cell phone will do whether or not you have a service plan attached to it. So the wallet and the backup cell phone. And then on one of the zipper pulls here, I keep another flashlight. And this one is called the Tip. It's made by Nightcore. When I bought it, I thought I'd carry it on my keys, but it was just too big. For my taste to carry on a keychain. It's a great light. It puts out like 250 lumens, 3 different settings, but the one that I got recently that I just showed you that I will be doing a review on is what lives on my keys, so this just stays in the bag. So that's the Nightcore Tip. And these come in like several different colors. It is a neat light, but just not for me as far as keychain carry. So that is it for the kind of front zippered pocket there. There is some loop Velcro there and a little slip pocket as well if you wanted to add some additional organization. We covered the right side of the bag, which is the side that I look at when I'm driving. On the left side, there is a single pocket, or pouch rather, and it's got 2 zipper pulls. And inside here, I keep a few things. I keep 4 lithium disposable AA batteries. And this is because the flashlight that I carry, the Multitool AA 2.0, takes a rechargeable battery, but if that goes dead for whatever reason, I can charge it, or fuel it rather, with a AA battery. In addition, I have a vehicle flashlight, the Nikon N7 that I recently reviewed and gave away. It also will take a AA battery, so I keep some spare AA's in here. Also, the adapter for USB charging. And then we've got my radio, which is the Baofeng UV5R V2 Plus. And here's the antenna for it as well. So that just screws on there. And I use this primarily as a weather radio. It is a transceiver, so I can contact other people with this. My wife specifically, she has one in her vehicle. And I have talked about these in the past on a video I did about emergency communication. So that's the Baofeng radio. And it's got a rechargeable battery pack. And I also do keep in here, in this little slip pocket here, a spare fully charged backup battery. So that is it for the side pocket. Again, it's just kind of one big pocket with a little slip pocket behind it. So that's it for the sides of the bag. Now to get into the, I guess, main two compartments, you've got this buckle here, and it is lockable. You can slide this lock up to engage it, which it's actually locked right now. So when you unbuckle this, the front flap where I have my wallet, the whole thing's just gonna fold back. And you're gonna see two compartments. One main compartment here, and then kind of a front, almost like an admin pocket here. And so the way this works is two zipper pulls. It pulls down and it just fillets out like such. And so if I was in my vehicle and I needed to access this pocket, I would unzip it. And when I look to my right, I would see something that looks about like that. So I can get pretty good visual access to everything in this pocket. And we'll just start at the bottom here. So on the front flap, I guess, I've got some headphones. Just some basic Apple headphones in a little, headphone case. Nothing too fancy there, just headphones. Then I also have, again on this front flap here, if you can see that, one of these Manhattan Portage brand coin purses, really good quality nylon. And in here I keep a number of items, dump them out in my hand and show you each item individually. Got a pair of nail clippers by Tweezerman, and these are just kind of compact, portable, foldable nail clippers. I also keep a tube of Burt's Bees chapstick, a pair of tweezers, and these are made by Lacrosse. Just simple tweezers, come in a little leather case. A folding nail file, so that just folds open into a nail file. And a spare lighter. So all those live in that little camouflage pouch there. Then moving back into the kind of slip pocket here, I've got some wet wipes and some Kleenex. So I have a small child, and so wet wipes are pretty self-explanatory. And I use them for myself frequently as well to clean my hands. If I'm eating in my vehicle, for example. Kleenex, it's for wiping your nose, right? Everyone knows what Kleenex is for. I like these kind of flat folded packages just because they're a little more conducive to carrying in a bag like this. So some Kleenex, and then just a few Band-Aids, just basic Band-Aids. These are like $1 on Amazon, these little containers here. So that's it for the front flap there. So as you can see, that's the front flap. So then moving into kind of the, I guess, admin pocket here, I've got a number of items. So let me adjust the bag a little bit and make sure the camera is in a good spot so we can get into this. So over here, and I do like, a couple things I like about this bag in particular is it has organization, so it's got different pockets for holding things. It's got these keepers, so your front flap is not gonna fall all the way down. And also I like that it has a contrasting color on the inside, being tan. So it provides that contrast against whatever's in the bag so that you can more easily visualize what's in there. So let me tilt the camera down just a hair. I'll bring the bag in a little closer and we'll get into what we have up front here. So here we have some duct tape. It's flat rolled duct tape and it comes this way from the manufacturer. You can obviously make this yourself. A lot of people wrap it around an old gift card or something, but I got a good deal on like a pack of 10 of these a long time ago, so a little bit of duct tape. Behind that, I've got a all-weather notebook. This is a kind of no-name brand version of like a Write in the Rain notepad, but much cheaper. Again, I think I got it in like a 5-pack, so a little notebook there. Here I've got a couple things. So several charging cables, and these would be for there's a couple lightning cables for my phone, which is an iPhone, as well as I keep a standard micro USB charging cable. So if somebody else who I'm with has a different phone that uses micro USB, I can charge it that way. So a number of charging cables. I also keep a backup multi-tool. This is a Victorinox Super Tinker something, I think. If you know in the comments, let me know, because I don't remember the model. It's the one that has the Phillips, the hook, and the awl on the back side here. So if you know what model that is, let me know. I've had it for years and that lives in there. I keep a comb. Sometimes I carry one in my pocket, but I always have one in my EDC bag, and I love this brand, Kent Combs. They're made in the UK and they are phenomenal. So there's a comb. A few writing utensils. I have a pencil. This is a mechanical pencil, and it was given to me as a gift by my friend in Canada, Zoo, and I did an unboxing on that video. So it's made by Uniball, the Kurutoga mechanical pencil, a felt tip pen, and a Sharpie. So a few basic writing implements there. And back here I keep what's called a shit kit. And this is basically for an emergency scenario where maybe you're on a road trip and things are happening and you can't get to a bathroom quickly enough. Inside here you're going to find a plastic bag, you're going to find toilet paper, wet wipes, hand sanitizer, things like that. So in an emergency, if you really needed to go, you could use this. Let's put it that way without getting too graphic. So a shit kit. I've almost had to use this one time. Fortunately, I've not had to use it, but I came pretty close. And then in this back larger slip pocket here, I have a pad of field notes, which was also a gift given to me by Zoo, the same one who gave me the pencil. So some field notes. A potty pack, which is made by the same company who makes the shit kit. The only difference with this one is that it comes with a toilet seat cover instead of a plastic bag. So this would be more for if you're going into like a kind of a dirty gas station bathroom type scenario, maybe on a road trip, and you want to make the environment a little cleaner and a little more sanitary. That's where you would want to use the potty pack. So, with a wife and a small kid, for travel, things like this could come in handy. I have used one of these one time in a gas station bathroom. It was a couple years ago, so not something I would probably use frequently, but I do like to have one around just in case, because you never know. Also in this back slip pocket, I have a simple emergency poncho, kind of the cheap $2, $3 version that you would get at your local drugstore or grocery store. In the event that it rains, I can keep myself dry. And of course I have umbrellas and things like that in my vehicle, but I do like to have a poncho in the EDC bag. And then I forgot one thing in this pocket is a Fresnel lens. This was also given to me by Zoo. So he gave me, if I can find it, the field notes, the Fresnel lens, and the mechanical pencil in a package he sent me recently, and I decided to make room for all three of them in my EDC bag. So thank you, Zoo, for all of those. They are permanent residents now in my EDC bag. So that's it for the kind of front, kind of what I call admin pocket. So let's zip that back up and get into the main compartment. All right, so the main compartment up here, again, the front flap opens up all the way. You do have a pocket back here, which I don't currently carry anything in, but it is there. And then your main compartment is just two zipper pulls that open up. It only opens, to there, so it doesn't open the entire length of the bag down each side and fold open. It's just kind of opens and you look down and you see what you see. So in the main compartment I keep, I haven't had to use this yet, I actually just got this. This is a USB magnetic battery charger. So as I mentioned in a lot of my flashlight videos, I use lithium ion rechargeable batteries in almost all of my flashlights, and so I could recharge those on the go with something like this. Again, I haven't used it, just got it a couple weeks ago, so it lives in the bag. Once I need to use it, I'll take it out of the packaging, obviously. So a magnetic USB battery charger for my lithium-ion rechargeable batteries. And the way I would use this, what I would plug this into to get power, would be my power brick, which is a Anker brand power brick. This is one of their larger models. It's 2100 milliamp hours, and it's got 2 USB inputs, and then there's your micro USB for charging the power bank itself. And this is one of their best sellers, if not their best seller on Amazon. I've had it for a while. It works really well. It has a battery, a charge indicator to show me how full this is, and this is currently fully charged, as you can see with the 4 LEDs, and it comes with a little case. So this would be used obviously to charge a cell phone or flashlight batteries or anything that needs charging. So a good power bank, I think, is important in an EDC bag. Also in the main compartment, I keep a full-size multi-tool. In this case, a Leatherman Wingman. I like the Wingman just fine. It's pretty economical as far as price point. It's got, one-handed access to a blade and one-handed access to a pair of scissors, which is my most used tool on any multi-tool, which I think I've mentioned in the past. So there's the Leatherman Wingman, a full-size multi-tool. A couple things left. So one more, I know it's kind of hard to see in here, but again, it's just one deep pocket. One more just in case of the shit kit. My boo-boo kit, which is not a trauma kit by any means. It's simply, sorry for the camera shake there, it's simply a first aid kit. It's going to have things like Band-Aids, alcohol wipes, different ointments, several different over-the-counter medications, Imodium, Benadryl, aspirin, Tylenol, ibuprofen, medical tape, Ambisol, some gloves, steri strips, a few different size gauze pads and Band-Aids, some medical tape, just a basic first aid kit for very minor wounds, and this gets used pretty regularly. So that's my little boo-boo kit that lives in my EDC bag. And this is a Maxpedition, I think it's a micro. I think it's the smallest size that they make of these kind of pocket EDC pouches. Had it for a long time and it works out pretty well. So that's my boo-boo kit. And then lastly, I have a full-size flashlight, which lives in this little, there's kind of a almost a little pocket there on the side. And this is a Thorfire brand flashlight. This is the model VG10S. It's about 1,000 lumens. It runs on a rechargeable lithium-ion battery. It's not one of my better flashlights in terms of overall quality for this size, but it is quite bright, and I do like having an option for having a brighter flashlight other than what's my EDC. And again, it has a rechargeable battery, which I can recharge with the Olight magnetic charger that we looked at earlier using my power bank. So a full-size flashlight. And that is it. And if we look on the inside of the bag here, you can see that the back does have some loop Velcro. So if you want to put some other organization, a holster, or something like that, you certainly could. And then it's got those little kind of slip pouches on the side where I have that flashlight. It's got one on both sides. And it is designed to be a concealed carry bag as well. So you've got a pocket back here that has just a little zipper, or I'm sorry, a little Velcro tab that opens up. And inside here, I keep just some, I guess, paperwork to go with my backup cell phone, as well as my emergency radio frequency cheat sheet and my radio operator license. But it also is lined with some Velcro, so you could put a concealed handgun back there if you wanted to. You could also put one in this kind of main compartment if you chose, or even in this back flap here that we looked at earlier. You could use that for storage as well. So there's a lot of options for where to put stuff in this bag, certainly, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. As you can see, it's relatively thin, and it doesn't get much thicker once I put all this stuff back in there. So for me, this bag, as far as its size, has been kind of ideal. And again, I've carried it, and I'm going to adjust the camera slightly here. I've carried it for about 6, maybe 7 years at this point, and haven't had any desire or need to upgrade the bag in terms of needing something bigger. So you saw the stuff that I carry. If there's something that you think is missing, maybe something I forgot that you think would be a good addition to this kit, please do let me know. I feel like I've got most of my bases covered, and I've not necessarily been in a scenario where I've thought, oh man, I wish I had that. But then again, you know, if you don't carry a knife in your pocket every day, you may not think that it's worth carrying a knife. But as soon as you start carrying one, you realize how useful it is. So, you know, using that same kind of philosophy, there may be something that I don't have in this bag that I don't think is important just because I don't have it. So if you have any recommendations, please do let me know. But just keep in mind, this is not a survival kit by any means, or a get-home bag, or a bug-out bag, or anything like that. It's just basic day-to-day stuff, what I've kind of deemed necessary based on what I tend to use most frequently. So that is it. Let me know what you carry in your EDC bag, because I would definitely be open to recommendations for adding things to this kit. There's a little bit of room left, so I could certainly add a few things. So hopefully you got something out of this. If you have any questions about any of the products that I showed, please do let me know in the comments. There's a lot of stuff in this bag, so I'm not going to leave links to all the individual products, but if you saw something that kind of struck your fancy and you're curious about it, please do let me know in the comments, and I can send you a link to where you can find it, or maybe answer some questions that you may have about it. So that is it. That is my EDC bag and all of its contents. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.